Brita Estevanovic.
All right, we're going to keep it moving because there's a lot that we need to get done in the next 60 minutes. So we'll start with hearing the pieces from numbers 10, 9, and 8.
Okay, our number 10 poet is Shanti Ramon from Sifek. Where's Shanti? Miss Ramon.
Okay. The Strength of a Woman by Shanti Ramon. The strength of a woman should never be taken for granted. We're a gift to this earth, for here our lives have been planted. We blossom into beauty not only for the man's naked eye to see, but to flaunt our colors as women, true women, phenomenally. You can try to take away our dignity or even try to rattle our pride, but the strength of a woman, that's hard to find. But overall, there's many things that we can try. Because as a woman, we never lie. The strength of a woman. Oh God, I forgot. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, just continue. I'm very sorry. Okay. You can never take away you can try to take away our dignity or even try to rattle our pride, but the strength of a woman. Right. I'm sorry. I need to breathe. Okay, sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay. I can't. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Work it out. It's fine.
Shante, breathe. You're good. Got it.
We're strong. You want to start it over?
You can come again.
All right. We'll go on to our number 9. Is Brianna Ebanks and Evan Elzondo from Grace Christian Academy.
Alright. This poem is named Coral Reef Core, written by Evan Elizondo and
Brianna Ebanks.
Alright. I am a coral and I have no voice.
I hope the people on land can make the right choice.
I am beautiful and diverse.
My destruction will be a Cayman curse.
What would our noble ancestors say?
When all this beauty is washed away.
This will cause Cayman's devastation.
This is real life, not animation.
Destroy our unique fishies' home,
where they like to stay and curiously roam.
Destroy the reef and the ocean floor will be deserted and fish-free.
Come help the ocean, come help me.
Save Cayman from this pollution.
Save Cayman, make a resolution.
Let's unite and fight together.
To keep Cayman beautiful forever.
Can't you see the damage you will cause?
When you go against the ocean's laws.
Building this dock is not right.
It will bring upon Cayman a blight.
Look around, Cayman is lucky
to have an ocean that is not so mucky.
Don't make this decision just for some more money.
Because the outcome will not be so sunny.
Clear and fantastic, free from plastic.
We are not being dramatic or sarcastic.
This ocean is amazing. It deserves some praising.
You are taking this for granted. This ocean must be enchanted.
Take in this beauty as much as you can.
Don't waste it. We must make a better plan.
All this importance can't just wither away, just for a measly docking bay.
The whole reef is a population, so let's not result in obliteration.
This whole reef has many roles, to give life to many souls.
We can't stay on course for this temporary goal and have no remorse for the life we stole.
Don't you think a dip in the ocean is kind of cool when you don't see anything affected by a tool? Fish in the water also roll, but to have to go away is kind of cruel. With all this life going down a whirlpool, swimming in our ocean is like a majestic jewel. Way more amazing than a boring pool.
Don't you think that the fish look nice, but have to go away for someone's paradise? Don't make this deadly sacrifice just for someone to buy island merchandise. This destruction comes at a price way dearer than a bowl of rice. We can both agree no need to roll dice, for swimming in the ocean gives way more spice.
This ocean can be many things.
Hypnotic, amazing, beautiful, and phasing.
But we should try to preserve it as much as we can.
Like a next door buddy or a close friend.
We should treat it like it's alive.
And help it live, grow, and thrive.
I've tried to piece this together in a short story. Think of all the fish. Think of Finding Dory.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Our number 8 poet. Our number 8 poet is Talia Naranjo from Cayman Academy.
Bare Body by Talia Naranjo. Women wonder where their secret lies. She's not built to suit a fashion model size. She starts to tell them, and they think she's telling a lie. Give her time, and she'll comply. But don't give her trouble, or she'll say bye-bye. She strides into a room while the fellows stand or fall to their knees. And like a statue, they freeze. It's the fire in her eyes, the swing of her hips, the joy in her smile, the grace of her style. She is more than just her bare body. She is your mothers, your daughters, your sisters, your wives. She walks with the Lord in purpose and pride. She fights for freedom against all people. Can't we just say she is more than just peaceful? She is more than just her bare body. She is a woman. Thank you.
Let's take our first music break while the judges score the first 3 performances. Please remember that you can join us live on YouTube on Radio Cayman live stream. After the break, we will hear from contestant number 7, 6, and 5. Our first music break is Island by The Matrix.
Welcome to Islands.
My crib, where I'm chillin' at. And you can come over and kick it if you want to. This is my spot, where the women at. And you can get a couple drinks if you want to. This is my land, where I'm living at. And you can come and take a visit if you want to. This is just a glimpse of all the things that I can show you. And it's just a vision that can limit what you go to. This is my island, and I hear you. Whether you on a cruise ship or a yacht with a clear view, all your other troubles fading slowly in your rear view. I try to spell it out, but nothing can prepare you. But when you catch your first glimpse, can't take your eyes off as you walk off the ship. I swear it's like a trip when you take your first step onto dry land. The whole of nature saying welcome to my island. See sun, sand, blue skies, and a touch of cool breeze to take the edge off the high. Because it's like the temp sky rockets when you exit your home. And we the home of hotness, with the women of blows. You see my island got next, so it's better you know. I mean, we weathered hurricanes, we be taking them blows, but we stay steadfast, never taking a TKO. Ain't over till we say this is my crib, where I'm chillin' at. And you can come over and kick it if you want to. This is my spot, where the women at. And you can get a couple drinks if you want to. This is my land, where I'm living at. And you can come and take a visit if you want to. This is just a glimpse of all the things that I can show you. And it's just a vision that can limit what you go to. This is my
bring the hammer down if I gotta tell you again. Got a couple things, but none of it's here to land. Everything is fine from my camera to my lens. Bring a couple of friends and come and circle my ends now. We winning this hands down. Even if we just come and dance round. We take it all the way up, 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 up. And let it trickle down like a bounty. Scheme just because you don't see us flaunty. Mean that the merchandise not oxy clean. Know what I mean? And no, we don't give them what they want see. To run with the story like a Nancy. Tell them mother, brother, sister, and them auntie. See, This a message from my team.
And you should know this verse is just a tribute to the places that I've been to, the faces that I've seen, and all the phases that I went through. But ain't no way that it can ever change or even influence the reason why this place remains my favorite's really simple. It's home, and that means it stays forever in you. No matter where you may go, it makes the journey with you. Even if it's just a visit, it seems crazy because it's true. The love that's on my island, it gets inside these sinews, and you find yourself remembering the way that people give you a smile, then say hi, then they wave, then it hits you. Life here just ain't the same as where you came from. We tend to work all day like a venue, then we play like a Nintendo. We be crazy loving central and we intercontinental. We got our own celebrities and they saga continues, but we always gonna get your visit with all of the things that we promoting over and over, cause we knew that's why you're coming, but you're staying for the day and night life. Hit the spot and take a shot to find a dame you might wife. Watch some drummers in the circle, a play you might like. Dancing on the waterfront is just a day in my life, so I hold her tight like custody and try to write the kind of lyrics that get you to see that we got so much more to offer than just the beaches or the seas. It's just a feeling. This is my crib where I'm chilling at, and you can come over and kick it if you want to. This is my spot where the women at, and you can.
Listen carefully. We need to make our cuts from known while riding.
They could have been doing negative.
You're making my life real difficult right now.
It's your turn to encourage the voices of the future.
You keep on saying what I can and I cannot do.
But they choose to do positive.
Please encourage our young people.
A forecast for this Wednesday afternoon.
It's going to be hot, absolutely fantabulous.
More important.
Welcome back to the Youth Flex Radio Show, the show for all people, by young people.
As promised, our poet that scored the 7th highest score in auditions is Kalindra McGarvis Sterling from Cayman Academy. She's up now, and she'll be followed by Lillian Alera from John Gray. And then the number 5 scoring audition was Nia Shea Wedderburn from Cayman Academy. That's the order that we'll be hearing them now. So on the mic is Kalindra McGarvis Sterling.
Can't They See by Kalindra Rodrika McGarvey Sterling. Teenage problems today. BISSE. Body image, stress, and self-esteem. Some people might think that they're unnecessary, but they can be much more than they seem. Teenage pregnancy, teenage bullying, teenage this, teenage that. Do people really know what we are going through? Do they know where we're at? Or can't they see? Body image, what we think of ourselves. Am I too fat? Why do I have so much bumps on my face? If you are wondering if you are beautiful or handsome, then I think you need to give yourself some space. Not comparing yourself to others or trying to hide your scars, but feeling comfortable in your skin and accepting who you are. That's beauty. Can't you see? Confidence in your own worth and in your own abilities is what self-esteem's about. It's funny how your dreams will die less from your failure and more from your doubt. We, as teenagers, need to stop listening to what other people have to say about us. At the end of the day, what they have to say is petty and superfluous. We may not be perfect, but God made us in His own image. He made us how He wants us to be. Can't you see? Homework, projects, tests, exams, quizzes, putting us all under stress. Is that a big deal, you ask? Yes, it is putting us into a big mess. But there might be a way for us to get rid of our stress today. If we give out our stress wings and let them fly away. You see, the thing is, we stress about stress before there's even stress to stress about. Then we stress over stressing about stress that shouldn't be stressed about. It's stressful. Can't you see? Can't you see that there is more about teenagers than it may seem? We have body image problems, we have stress problems, and we even have low self-esteem. Can't you see that there is more than what surpasses what you see? The rebelliousness, the moodiness, and the incompatibilities. LOL. I wasn't talking about those personalities. I meant our friendliness, consideration, and whatever the other ones might be. Oh yes, positivity and loyalty. We are living in our era of moments awkwardly, but we are full of possibilities. Can't you see?
Wow, that was great. All right, next up, scoring at number 6 in the auditions, Lilani Alaria from John Gray High School. I got that right? Lilian.
No, Lilian.
Nice try.
Love You by Liliana Laria. Sit there. Be pretty. Chin up, shoulders back, and make sure your legs are straight. Your brains? They don't matter. They don't care if you have a personality. Your nose looks wrong. Your eyebrows are too bushy. Don't worry. I know a few ways to fix that problem. Look, sweetie, no one cares if you're young. Perfection doesn't have an age. Hey, stop crying. You'll get wrinkles. Don't shout. You ruin your falsetto voice. Love. You think people in this world love you? Society doesn't care about you. Your problems do not affect them. Care about yourself and no one else. Love you.
That was wonderful. We will take another short music break.
No, we have Nia Shea first.
Sorry, Nia Shea.
Sorry.
Let's give it up for Nia Shea.
Nia Shea Wedderburn from Kimman Academy.
My Teacher Ate My Homework by Ken Nesbitt. My teacher ate my homework, which I thought was rather odd. He sniffed at it and smiled with an approving sort of nod. He took a little nibble. It's unusual, but true. Then had a somewhat larger bite and gave a thoughtful chew. I think he must have liked it, for he really went to town. He gobbled it with gusto and wolfed the whole thing down. He licked off all his fingers, gave a burp and said, "You pass." I guess that's how they grade you when you're in a cooking class.
We will take another short music break so the judges can score the performances. We'll be right back. Here is Just Be with Completeness.
We are really talking about humanism.
The idea that anything is possible. We can be the first generation that says no to stupid poverty.
You are my completeness, beloved. Every breath of you is my life. Thrill me with your own lover's magic. Make me know that I am alive.
We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, thank God Almighty.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
In the name of peace, democracy and freedom for all.
Oh, how I long for completeness.
To stand as a man overcoming all my weakness. I really need to defeat this. To dine on pride, taste victory's sweetness. Learning all that time teaches, reflecting destiny's features. To know what true peace is. How far till I reach this? Where do I seek this? Strong roots, tree remains leafless. Tongue remains speechless. Tension builds as pressure increases. But where do I release this? It's like one thought explodes into 10 million pieces. Now my mind is just a deep mist, and I'm trying to find beauty, ignoring where the beast lives. Long nights become sleepless. A weary, bitter journey just to find sweet bliss. I'm at the edge of a steep cliff, trying to find a safe place to land if my feet slip. Life's an ocean of deepness, and I've only walked along the shores of its beaches. I long to swim in its secrets and tread in the currents and float as the sea drifts. I'm at the corner where the street splits, standing at the door of happiness, hoping my key fits. What's left for me to say? Words could only get you so far, but sometimes words, they take me away. Take me away. See, I've seen people sleep with the devil and eat from his plate, hating the poison while craving the taste, gambling their soul by raising the stakes like they're literally falling from grace. But I can feel my change coming, so much that I can taste it. Back against the wall, nothing left but to face it. Like a mirror face to face, we're adjacent, but my fear's trying to fill a space of its replacement. Yet, time's pacing, my mind's wasting. Nothing left to do but gracefully embrace it. Everything I write is basically the same thing. I try to get in tune with the hurt and let the pain sing. Thoughts to paper, words to music's not the main thing. I want the pain to sink deep to let your brains think. I want the pain to sink deep to let your brains think.
A message from the flex.
Listen carefully. We need to make our culture known while riding.
They could have been doing negative.
You're making my life real difficult right now.
It's your turn to encourage the voices of the future.
You keep on saying what I can and I cannot do.
But they choose to be positive.
Please encourage our young people.
A forecast for this Wednesday afternoon.
It's going to be hot, absolutely fantabulous.
More important.
Welcome back to the Youth Flex Radio Show, the show for all people by young people.
Poet that scored 4th highest score in auditions is Jelani Hansen from John Gray High School. And he's on the mic right now.
The man responds to the woman whose son he has employed. This is a response poem to Lorna Goodison's The Woman Speaks to the Man Who Has Employed Her Son. In the poem, the friend of a distressed mother speaks to the employer of the mother's son. So what? You had a son with a man you weren't married to. He left, and you're complaining, but it's something any man could do. You're not a father figure. That's my role. Your baby daddy's unpaid child support is half your son's payroll. So why are you mad? At least your son has a job out here. He's making in 3 weeks what you made in 3 years. We got a client last week. Your son volunteered. When I relayed the instructions, he was all ears. He returned with the weapon, said he worked hard. His own submachine gun was simply his reward. I'm a better father, because I feed him and I pay him, while the only thing you did was to clean him and to bathe him, and those are things he could do with his eyes closed. You're eager like you want him to die, so you made your black clothes. His bloody salary is what you pay for his funeral with, though, and your son's still going home with ammunition clips, so it seems like your psalms just aren't working on him. I could be drowning in your tears, but I have learned how to swim. Tell Iscariot hello and tell that thief to stay safe. His mother's a banker who got interest on the loans she ain't pay. And I paid for his education. Now there's more in his dome. But now I'm finished. I'm prepared. I am done. Absalom.
Oh, some deep stuff. All right, the poet that was number 3 in auditions was Aaliyah General. She's a prefect at John Gray High School, and she's on the mic now.
Seeing Purple, a prize. How do you write a poem
an expository, something so potent with the ability to ruin, tarnish even, a reputation? How do you take an emotional and creative outlet and turn it into something that has the potential to hurt and cause pain? Not because you want it to, but because you yourself are in pain and have been for so long. How do you take that raw, potent pain and portray it to the masses without coming off as an attacker when you are much more the opposite? It's not easy. Not easy to peel away the thing that pains you so and paste it to the paper like a sticker. Not easy to make your emotions known, to pull them from whatever box you had them buried in and make yourself susceptible to the judgments and mockeries of the people around you. Not easy to put someone's wrongdoing on the spot. All you want is their love, but it must be done. So bear with me, as the story is far from over. She asks herself, how many times will you let him use you, abuse you like a dusty old doormat, let him grab you and hurt you before you retaliate, shedding your good girl cover-up for the reeling, boiling monster bubbling just beneath the surface? No more, I say. This was the last straw, I said. You came for me, showing your true, sadistic colors. I thrash and push and pull myself away from your claws, catching you with my foot, releasing the demon from its cage. I see something deadly and evil run across your eyes. In that same moment, I feel your hand tighten around my arm and fingernails dig into my palm. There's a searing pain, but I barely even notice it, as I scream for you to release me, but you just drag me. In one final effort to remain composed, I scream for you to not touch me. I can feel the anger, the fear, the confusion as I stare at your content face, content to stare down at me from your throne, your pedestal, your satisfied. And I'm shaken, nursing a bleeding palm. Then, oh God, then she walks in. The room has an eerie stillness to it, but she won't let me leave. What happened? You say nothing, and for a heartbeat, I say nothing in return. Then I speak, and everything crumbles. I crumble. I unravel myself and explain the horror show that has just unfolded before my mother's eyes, and somehow, it's still my fault. Because I'm the one who made him pull me around like a rag doll. I'm the one who made him grab and twist my arm till I was sure it'd turn red. It was all me. Of course. But this isn't the first time, and I know it won't be the last. But this is the first time you've drawn blood. Like a smack in the face, I see how quickly this will continue if I don't make it stop. Fight or be broken, she says. All I know now is that in the same way you made my palm turn red is the same way I'll see red the next time you even think of touching me. I'll spare no judgment, instead choosing to use my own, flawed as it may be. Because I'm so sick of being told that I'm the one with the issues, being made to feel less than and insignificant, and that my emotions are uncalled for. I'm done. Done caring about what this will do to you and your name, because for long enough, mine has been trampled under your ever-present foot. No, this will not happen again. At least not like that, because when it does, I hope you're ready. Seeing red won't be fun, but it'll be what's been waiting for you this entire time. I told you it's not easy.
Well, sometimes you're happy when you're not a judge. I know the judges can have their hand full, but here's poet that scored number 2 in the auditions, Mohindra Brown from Sci-Fi.
Invisible by Mohindra Brown. Invisible, it's me. Invisible, you can't see me in the corner of a room. Invisible, you can't hear me scream. Invisible, you can't see the blood dripping down my thigh. Invisible, you can't see the tears run down my eyes. Invisible, it's me. Invisible, I can't feel me. Invisible, when will I stop crying? Help me please, my tears they burn. Invisible, when will I learn? Invisible, when will I understand that I don't matter? I think it's too late for your tongue to contemplate.
Invisible, your tongue cast a devious spell on me. Invisible, I can't see me. Invisible, I can't feel me. Invisible, the coldness inside is spreading. Invisible, the fire inside me smoldering away. Will I die today? Take my last breath. A few seconds of pain, then I greet death. It is your tongue to blame. Can you hear it? My mother screams. It made my soul brace against the TV. The sirens, they can't help me. Let the demons hit me. Hit me, please. It won't hurt as much as I hurt myself. Invisible, I can't take this anymore. Invisible, the nights crying, the teasing, the bullying at school. I can't take any of this anymore. The nights I wish I was dead, his breath lingering in the wind, sleeping in the bed where he stole it from me. In the bed where I was once whole, he stole the last part I had left of me. I can't take this anymore. A mother's daughter just killed herself. You see, in a world like this, times like this, I wish I was on a plane, far away from home. Times like this, I wish I had a hat to shade me away from all of the hate in this world. Times like this, I wish I had some shades so that I cannot see the violence in this world. Times like this, I wish I had earphones to block all of you out. I hate you, and all of you. You saw me crying. You saw me there. You saw me banging my head on the ground wishing I was dead. And you laughed while I was dying. Are you happy now? Are you happy, mother? Am I the perfect daughter that you always wanted? Are you happy, father? You lied to me. You told me once I was by your side, I won't have to shed a single tear in this world. You told me once you were always there for me, I won't be eaten up by this world. Only if you listened. Only if you and mom listened. But then again, no one listens. It doesn't matter which word you use. The world takes and abuse it. They use these words like help to take advantage of you at your most vulnerable time. You could scream and make the window shatter. Your voice can make a whole building crumble to the ground at their feet, and they refuse to look at you. When will it end? When will all of this fighting end? When will my pain stop? When will anyone else's pain stop? Just promise me this one thing. When you see someone that needs help, help them. Can you help me, please?
Oh. They say that poetry can move the soul, right? And it's very moving. So, the top scoring audition was by Aliyah Smith from Cayman International School, and she has the mic right now. Poet Aliyah Smith.
Hi, my name is Aliyah Smith, and I will be performing a spoken word poem called The Art of Getting By. Life is inevitable. It is foul, unkind, unjust. It is unfair. A tree cannot stop an axe nor stop the rolling of the waves. Life favors most and clips the wings of others. I do not live my life fully. Doubt and fear live my life for me. Now, that is not living. That is settling. To think that at such a ripe age I would spend the rest of my life just settling. To think that I've tasted the rawest form of passion fruit and everything else would be refined and synthetic. Every time you tell your daughter, you yell at her out of love. You teach her to confuse anger with kindness, which seems like a good idea until she grows up to trust men who hurt her because they look so much like you. Our knees pried open by cousins, uncles, and men, our bodies touched by all of the wrong people in all of the wrong places, that even in a bed full of safety, we are afraid. We are not your cigarette stops, nor your gas stations at your disposal. You tell me to quiet down because my opinions make me less beautiful. But I was not made with a fire in my belly so I could be contained. You try and bottle up all of your emotion, but all of that pressure inside of you you can feel it under the thickness of your own skin. Your head is pounding, heartbeat rising, your mouth opens, finally. But your words fall to pieces on the ground beneath you. And yet again, he sweeps the pieces under the carpet, never once listening, and soon you are forgotten. He never once listens to you. Never. He was so afraid of your voice that you decided to be so afraid of it too. Blood dripped from your torn up lips and onto your skin. He looks right through you. He walks all over you, as if nothing was wrong. He thinks nothing of you. But you, my beautiful friend, are worth diamonds. Yet you torture yourself because that is easier than suffering the utter embarrassment of speaking your own mind. You are the reason why I held my own heart in my hands. You are the reason why I fell in love with everyone else other than myself. 2 million people die of dehydration. It does not matter if the glass is half empty or half full. There is still water in that cup. You are alive. Each pulse, each throb, each rhythm of your beating heart is a blessing. You are truly alive. So whether you're in your car or walking around or sitting somewhere quiet, just know that you are more than enough. This silence, the utter eerie humming, it gives you enough time to think, enough time for your memories and your thoughts to scramble. It will consume you. You are more than enough for one person to love you. You are so much more. Do not live for love. Love will live through you. You are a real person. You are human. You will never be perfect. You do not live in a romantic comedy as much as you want to. Life is just not your fairy tale, but it is your story. And you are the most ripest form of beautiful. Remember that. Thank you.
All right. Talking about getting carried away, I'm all over the place. Wow. All right. Shanti Ramon is here to do her poem for us. So we'll just complete the finals by having her do her piece, and then we'll get all the tallying in. While that tallying is going on, I'll have Mr. J.C. Connor say a bit about his foundation and why he's doing this on an annual basis. And that'll be hosted by Matrix and Tarek while I do my stuff on the computer. But let's hear from Shanti Ramon.
The Strength of a Woman by Shanti Ramon. The strength of a woman should never be taken for granted. We are a gift to this earth, for here our lives have been planted. We blossom into beauty not only for the man's naked eye to see, but to flaunt our colors as women, true women, phenomenally. You can try to take away our dignity or even try to ride out our pride, but confidence and boldness is what the word woman defines. Like authors, this is where our stories lie, so there is no way the strength of a woman can ever die. I'm speaking for the women whose tongues are like prisoners, so they can get a clear understanding that their worth should never be taken by another. Their worth should never be slaughtered or even mistreated, because the undeniable strength of a woman could never and should never be defeated. Some men fail to understand that women are a blessing, treating us like rubbish, but we love so hard it's so stressing. We are only here to love, and love is all we want to feel. Sorry, men, but we're not only here for your sex appeal. My mom always told me, when you get older, be the best woman you can be. And be a woman phenomenally. So us women, let us grow and take our stand. Don't forget Shaggy's song, Strength of a Woman. Don't underestimate that. Thank you.
We'll have a music break while we get all the final tallies, and then we'll have some remarks from Mr. Connor, and then we'll make our announcement on who will be taking home prize money today.
Here is It's a Lie by Matrix featuring Just Me.
Whatever. Whenever. Don't believe a word. Cause, yeah. Whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. I just know I'm rocking this beat like it's overdue. You just nod your head in your seat until they notice you. And if they tell you something about me, just tell them, whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. I just know I'm rocking this beat like it's overdue. You just nod your head, move your feet until they notice you. And when they tell you something about me, they all liars. Unless they told you I spit fire. See, I'm kinda like Clark Kent. They assume cause my attire that I am just a mild-mannered type of writer who never does it big but just sits at home in silence. When the fact of the matter is I ain't lacking activities. Get up for road a rat and come back and compose the illest beat. Next up I'm at the gym. After that I just hit the scene and bust the dance that I choreographed within a week. My life is a tapestry. All the tasks that I'm packing in, I'm super versatile, eclectic and multi-talented and ultra humble. Nah, I never brag or boast. So all they talking makes me want to go walk and slit a throat. Except that all that violence kinda out of my element. Instead, my eloquence will shut them down like it's elements. If they feeling intense, they need to go to the reverend. I'm irreverent, but only cause my verses are heaven sent. So whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. I just know I'm rocking this beat like it's overdue. You just nod your head in your seat until they notice you. And if they tell you something about me, just be like, yo, whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. I just know I'm rocking this beat like it's overdue. You just nod your head, move your feet until they notice you. And when they tell you something about me, but if they said I'm a nerd, well they right about that. In spite of the fact that they girls wanna ride on my lap, spend a couple hours on the forum, then I sign all the dots so I can get in front of the mic and spit inspiring raps. I got anime on my hard drive, Gundams on my dresser, on my shelves a couple hundred books. It's like whatever. My room's a pirate's chest full of treasure, and I'm clever, so I ain't got no time for trying to impress ya. Know what you know about rocking comics and model kits? Killed it in high school, so much I got a scholarship, but I'm never scared to holler at the hardest chicks. I'll take them to the VIP and we pop in another bottle quick. But maybe that's after I blow up. I'll show up and stun on all these telling me just to grow up. You know what? That diamond advice ain't good for no one, but it's all they know of. So they go on and so on. So whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. I just know I'm rocking this beat like it's overdue. You just nod your head in your seat until they notice you. And if they tell you something about me, hey yo, just whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. I just know I'm rocking this beat like it's overdue. You just nod your head in your seat until they notice you. And when they tell you something about me,
now sometimes I wonder, would I have had a better life, exposing my dark thoughts? Would you see me in a better light? Would you give advice to what you did and what you didn't like? Or would you sit inside all the plight that I'm imprisoned by? Now would you question my perception, give direction, strengthening the path that I was destined? Would you step in with the best intention, relieving all the tension of the stress that got me fenced in? Now pardon me for revealing this weak a part of me. Unless you're targeting me, this part of me is hard to see. I'd be lying if I'm saying what you thought of me didn't bother me. Qualities of a faulty ideology. Honestly, every part of me can feel the heavens calling me. I'm hoping that this evil doesn't swallow me. It's a part of me that only God can see. And if you don't care, my sincere apology.
Whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. Cause I'm on this track with just beat, and it's overdue. You just nod your head in your seat until they notice you. And if they tell you something about me, hey yo, whatever they thought about me, they don't know the truth. I just know I'm rocking this beat like it's overdue. You just nod your head, move your feet until they notice you. And when they tell you something about me,
a good night's sleep makes all the difference the next day, like more energy and an alert mind. Get the sleep your body needs with a comfortable, supportive mattress from the Mattress Gallery at Tomlinson Furniture. Choose from all major brands such as Serta, Simmons, Beautyrest, Tempur, Sealy. Visit our testing center today and have it home tonight, as we have the largest selection of mattresses in stock. We are ready to help you sleep better for less at the Mattress Gallery at Tomlinson Furniture. Call 949-5383 for more info.
Now until supplies last, clearance on select Beautyrest mattresses at the Mattress Gallery by Tomlinson Furniture.
Support our port, support our tourism.
Did you know that since day one, government has insisted on strategies for the cruise berthing facility that are both fiscally and environmentally responsible? No damage to 7 Mile Beach, no upland development, no government loans or guarantees.
Looking forward, looking bright.
Learn more and spread the word.
Support our port, support our
This is YouthFlex, more than talk.
Welcome back to the YouthFlex Radio Show. Here is Mr. JC with his closing
remarks. Yeah. Hey, good afternoon. The first thing I would like to do is to thank the judges and the teachers from all of the schools. Most of the judges who travel all over the island, because we had to do most of these auditions during lunchtime at the schools. So I want to thank Toya, Miss Martin, Patrick, and thank Miss Rita, Mr. Miles, and all of the teachers from all of the school that was involved. The New Self-Help Community Foundation was created to inspire young people to take responsibility for their future by implementing programs such as these. I am very passionate about critical thinking. That's why I try to encourage originality in the poems, because you have to use your mind. And you know, when you're in schools, it's about using your mind. You have to focus, you have to think. But I'm just going to read something real quick on critical thinking. This is one of the reasons why did I do what I do, to try to encourage critical thinking. Critical thinking is something that is valued both in the university setting and in the professional situation. You will find yourself in after you graduate, and is a part of lifelong learning. Critical thinking is important in life. It helps you to think creatively outside the box. It keeps you from becoming narrowed. Critical thinking is expected of you in higher education. It can lead to developing your judgment, evaluation, and problem-solving abilities. Learning critical thinking skill can also enhance your academic performances, according to Linda Elder and Richard Paul, authors of Critical Thinking Development, a Stage Theory. Students who know how to analyze and critique ideas are able to make connections across disciplines, see knowledge as useful and applicable to today's life, to daily life, and understand content on a deeper, more lasting level. Rather than relying on teachers and classroom time for instructions and guidance, students with critical thinking skills become more independent, self-directed learners. Critical thinking enables students to access their learning styles, strengths, and weaknesses, and allow them to take ownership of their education. That is what the foundation is trying to encourage in some of our young people to focus, become thinkers, Thank you.
Our final music break is Darker Than Dark by The Matrix.
It's a debut.
It was a cold night, darker than the other ones. The type of night where you shudder when the thunder drums. And Alonzo was trying to fight the urge to run, cause he knew that nights like this were when the others come. And every time the lightning's flashing, he'd catch a glimpse of something standing in the shadows. A figure so tall and that thin, and protruding from the back of its back were black wings. Suddenly the night felt a little colder. He heard a chuckle from the devil on his shoulder. He crossed his arms and pulled his coat a little closer, but knew better than to chance a glance and look over. Tried to keep his thoughts in the world of the physical, but it was difficult to ignore all his visions of shadows and nightmares where he was the villain. Always felt like a devil disguised as a criminal. The fire inside, it starts with a spark and it won't stop until you tear your target apart. The only way to get through is to harden your heart, and eventually your thoughts turn darker than dark. Run for your life when it's darker than dark, or stand and fight when it's darker than dark. You won't see the light cause it's darker than dark, but nothing's darker than the heart of man. Soon as he got home, he felt like he should shower quick, cause all the shadows and nightmares still surrounded him. But being at home was somehow empowering, so he turned his thoughts to the food he'd be devouring. Made the call, now he's back on the mission. A hustler, he was always stacking the digits. A knock on the door, he grabbed the baseball bat he had with him, opened up and saw that dark figure was back for a visit. And that was when he knew he had to fight or be dead, so he led with a bat to the head. Crack! A couple hours later, his apartment was the scene of crime. Bunch of cops standing around the body of a pizza guy. They picked Alonzo up, wandering a block away, talking about demons, blood splattered on his face. But what they didn't see was the shadow standing over them. It took its wings and unfolded them. And then, the fire inside, it starts with a spark, and it won't stop until you tear your target apart. The only way to get through is to harden your heart, and eventually your thoughts turn darker than dark. Run for your life when it's darker than dark, or stand and fight when it's darker than dark. You won't see the light cause it's darker than dark, but nothing's darker than the heart of man. And all through the town, all over the city, the darkness spreads, temperature gets chilly. The shadows creep, moving with no pity. Think you can fight it? Then don't be silly. This darkness won't leave you alone. This darkness will be where you go. This darkness is deep in your soul, where light cannot reach anymore. Yeah, that's why good people really always end up past. The martyrs and the rest of us just end up bad. Don't believe me? Well, I bet that you did something that you swore you never would, then circumstances forced your hand. You'd probably say you had no choice when you did, but you're giving in to urges that were already in ya. And when it happens, there's a black-clad figure just outside the edges of your vision. Listen, the fire inside, it starts with a spark, and it won't stop until you tear your target apart. The only way to get through is to harden your heart, and eventually your thoughts turn darker than dark. Run for your life when it's darker than dark, or stand and fight when it's darker than dark. You won't see the light cause it's darker than dark, but nothing's darker than the heart of man. I said, the fire inside, it starts with a spark, and it won't stop until you tear your target apart.
Welcome back to the Youth Flex Radio Show. Meanwhile, the scores have been tallied. Here are some youth achievements highlights. Child Month Cupcake Awards semi-finals will be held at the Lighthouse School this Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. The semi-finals can accommodate up to 9 teams. For information on the Cupcake Award, call James Miles at 922-3652 or email at nycpkman@gmail.com. That's 922-3252 or email him at nycpkman@gmail.com. The New South Wales Community Foundation Talent Exposition of the Hearts will be held on June 30th at the Oracle Theatre starting at 6:30 p.m. Email TNSH Community Foundation at candw.ky for more information. That's TNSH Community Foundation at candy.ky. May is Child Month, and the Child Month calendar is in the newspaper and at the Department of Children and Family Services office. And you can also find it on Facebook at Department of Children and Family Services.
Alright, I just want to say
In addition to, for this competition that we have going on here, in addition to the monetary prizes that our champions or winners have the chance to win, they'll also be getting the opportunity to perform this June at the Exposition of the Arts. It's an annual showcase of local talent, and it's on Sunday, June 30th at the Harkwell Theatre. Gates open at 5:30. The show starts 6:30 p.m., and that's also organized in part by Mr. JC. And it's $10 prepaid, $15 at the gate. So we'll have performances by various local artists, musicians, poets, including dancers, singers. And the co-hosts are going to be Mr. Andrel Harris and former Miss Cayman, Anika Connolly. So everyone that's interested in Cayman arts, you want to see what the local scene has to offer, come out and take a peek at that. And I think we're just going to do a quick roundtable talking about kind of the poems that we heard here today, some of the talent that was on display. So if anyone wants to jump in and give some feedback, feel
phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
Ms. Rita.
Really and truly, just how eloquent these young people are, the time that they took to put their thoughts together and then put pen to paper. It isn't always easy. It's hard enough doing that, but then to get up and actually perform the piece in front of people you don't necessarily know, and really everybody listening in Cayman, that alone, I mean, that takes a lot of courage and strength, and just the depth of emotion, some of the topics, very serious topics. I love the environment, talked about relationships and abuse, situations in the home. It just amazing talent, really and truly. And I hope they don't stop writing. I hope they continue, even if they don't perform. Just getting that out there sometimes it can be beneficial if you're going through a difficult time, just actually writing, putting pen to paper. So I'm very impressed.
Definitely, that was the thing that stuck out to me too, is the level of emotion that they were able to capture in their poems, and that was on display. And me and Patrick were talking during the break. We were saying, you know, we have some competition coming up, but competition is always a good thing.
Or some collaborators.
Yes, potential collabs.
Ms. Latoya Francis?
Yeah, I think for me, poetry is something that's very close to my heart. And what I saw here today, just seeing that the next generation is fully embracing that side of the arts, was inspirational to say the least. Just piggybacking with what some of the other judges said, the fact that they were speaking on issues related to the environment. That poem where the two students from Grace, I think, came together and shared their views on that. I thought that was very...
It's timely.
Yeah.
It's timely.
And then the fact that they were speaking on such a issue related to what we're facing in Cayman right now, and at that age, to me, that is something to be looked up to and honored.
Absolutely. And natural performers. I wish you all could see. Well, I guess they can see, can't they? Some of the people, young people that came up, had their pieces memorized. That's not, that alone requires a round of applause, because you got to learn, you got to write the piece, then you got to get it into your system, and you have to present it in such a way that it doesn't sound memorized. And in so many cases, they have talent they don't even realize they have, to be honest with you, because it felt like a conversation. It didn't seem staged. It seemed very natural in many instances when they presented the pieces. It was like they were talking to a friend, which is exactly how you want to perform. You don't want it to sound like it's read. And even the ones that used their sheets, for the most part, the expressive reading was believable and just enjoyable. All I kept thinking was, oh my goodness, why do we have to score these things, right? Everybody really deserves an award, so to speak, just for having the courage to go through this process and share their creativity and their thoughts and feelings with us.
So all are winners then?
All are winners, absolutely. And it reminds us about our teenage years as well. Because, some of us are way past the teenage years now, but then you're like, that's true. I remember at that age, like, the things that were on my mind, the things that were bothering me. So for the honesty, I have to say 2 thumbs up.
There's one for Aaliyah Smith.
We're almost there, everybody. We're almost there. No, you're ready. You're ready to know who's taking home the top awards.
Oh, no, he got to do it now. Tell Joel he can go to the news. We don't have to be on here to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not
One more break, it sounds like. Yeah?
It's up to find out.
I pray thee, once again. How wonderful surrounded by ones of such talent. You know? Speak life, live a humble and meek life. Ordinary day of the week life. Try to search and seek life. Way up. Keep your head up and stay up. Even when you're sore and pain up. Never giving up till it's game up. Keep your aim up and focus. Don't concentrate on what's bogus. Never sell out for a bonus. Handle your biz like grown-ups. Own up, it's amazing. The wage of fire keeps blazing. That's why you're constantly praising. For some of them it's a face thing. So they're
I know I don't want to know who won. So here it is. For the 2019 Poetry Slam contest, sponsored by the New Self-Help Community Foundation and the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, Agriculture and Lands. Third place goes to Kalindra McGarvis Sterling from Cayman Academy. The average score of 38.25. Second place goes to Mahindra Brown with an average score of 39.25 points. And our 2019 Poetry Slam champion is Alia Smith with an average of 43 points. As the judges and the host and Mr. Connor has said, this was phenomenal. We'll do it again next year, God's willing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
the challenge you're faced with. Be your fool and creative.